I'm gonna fix my part real quick. Am I gonna fight with it? Absolutely not. Maybe hold a knot. Here I always start humming and hawing. I guess I'm gonna start down here and work my way up. So here we are with the final results. Welcome back, friends. Or if you're new here, just welcome. It is Lauren the Soap Witch, and it is time to style my hair. So this week is going to be vastly different from last week where I did the viral glycerin wash and go, which has a bunch of heavy stuff that you put in your hair. This week I am just using one product. Let me get to going while I'm talking. And that is just going to be Stronghold Gel. I'm gonna fix my part real quick. Am I gonna fight with it? Absolutely not. Maybe hold a knot. Okay, that's good enough. That's all we're doing. What I want to do is last week the style required me to do it in really small sections. Now y'all know I don't really like doing that because it takes too long. And it took forever because I had to use a whole bunch of different products. But this week, okay, let me just continue the thought instead of I had said that I ain't gonna do that style again or that method again because it took way too long and I had to use, even for me, way too much product. But I thought about doing my hair again in itty bitty sections. Cause well, it didn't turn out bad. And I usually don't do my hair in sections quite that small. Even when I was doing them in smaller sections, they weren't that small. So I said I would do my hair in small sections with a one product wash and go, which is, I mean, it's pretty much what I'm doing today. I did add my Mysterious Magnificence aloe vera spray in the shower before I got out. You could count that as a moisturizing product if you want. But the only styling product I am using is the Stronghold Gel. So I'm gonna do a little bitty section. Ooh, Lord, y'all know how I feel about it. This is about the size sections that I was doing last week. And we just gonna see. I have felt like that I did not quite love the Vanilla Dreams. I'm gonna use that much. On let me start over. Hold on. Add an ADHD right into confusing myself. The Vanilla Dreams that I was using, it was like I liked it, but I just didn't love it the way that I thought I should. So I'm doing a combination of raking and smoothing, mostly smoothing. Because I'm actually just going to do it very similar to how I did last week, only just using gel and that's it. And just see what we turn up with. I don't know how much gel I want to use. I'm massaging it into my roots. And this is probably more gel than I would usually use. I don't know, I'm going to stop right there, I think. So my hair is sopping wet. It's still dripping. Now y'all know it ain't going to stay dripping. High porosity. But the Mysterious Magnificence helps me hold on to moisture a little longer. For this little section, I always rub the product in between my hands whenever I am styling my hair. I don't know if on these little small sections if it matters, but I still do it because I feel like it helps me distribute the product more evenly along my hair strands. Making sure I get all the way from roots to ends because that's important. Some people like to do this whole rakeage thing where they just do what I just did. But I don't feel like it does. My hair don't like that. I feel like I gotta add a bit more gel. Like every time I do it, I'm like, I shouldn't have did that. So I don't know why that doesn't work for me on these little tiny sections, but pressing it in works better. I don't know why. But doing that raking technique that everybody else does, it just seems to give me frizz instead. I don't know. And see, this is already still too much, but still better than last week because, the time it took to add the excessive amount of product to each tiny section was just more than my patience could bear. Going in with you probably can't. It's so small. I don't like to do like. I'm not super heavy-handed with the gel. I know it's kind of crazy, me being high porosity and all. but I'm just not super heavy-handed in my opinion. I guess I could be more heavy-handed if I wanted. Like I may add a little bit more there. But it's just a test, you know. I don't really like to do a lot of the other stuff like the finger twirling and the stuff, shingling and all that, because for me, this is supposed to be a low manipulation style. And so I'm really not trying to do a whole lot of manipulation. Just getting a little bit more water on the hair because I want it to be sopping when I add a little gel to it. For me, sopping wet hair does make a good wash and go. The only time I don't have my hair sopping wet is when I use a foam. Here I always start humming and hawing. I guess I'm gonna start down here and work my way up. Doing the front is always a little bit different because my hair is very high porosity in the front. Okay, I think I am going to make this thicker and split it in half. And I know y'all are like, did you really have to tell us that? And the answer is no. Trying to tell you I'm sorry. Okay, y'all, I got a hot take and I have to share it. I feel like protective styling is overrated. Oh, I know y'all gonna come for me and it's okay. It's okay. But I feel like protective styling is very overrated. It came up because I was watching, it was like a sponsored video. I guess a pretty popular natural hair content creator was the one doing the sponsored video, and she grows her hair exclusively doing wash and goes. She was actually one of the first people I ever really watched on YouTube that helped me the most with my hair journey. We had similar hair because when she dyes her hair, she is high porosity. So she had a lot of excellent and wonderful tips that I still use today for doing high porosity hair effectively. She had extremely long hair. It got damaged. She cut it off and was like, watch me grow my hair again during wash and goes. And she has. They mentioned that in the video. She likes to grow her hair with wash and goes, and a comment was just like, why wash and goes as opposed to protective styling? And I'm sure like they didn't mean anything negative by it. I think they were just wondering because everyone, not everyone, but a good portion of everyone really harps on protective styling. Okay, but here is my struggles with protective styling. A lot of the ways that people do protective styling is not protective. And what I mean is a lot of people get like really harsh and tight braids done to their hair with synthetic hair, which may or may not be detrimental. Some people get really bad breakage just from braiding anyway. For all of y'all that love getting your hair braided, go ahead and keep doing it. I ain't telling you not to. And I'm not going to argue with people about it in the comments neither. Do you do what works for you? But on top of that, a lot of people do not moisturize their hair well before and during the protective style. So like their hair gets incredibly dry. They leave them in extremely long periods of time. Some people a year. What y'all doing? What are you doing? And during that year, they are not doing anything to their hair. They're not washing it. They're not adding moisture to it. They're not doing anything to it. That poor hair is just sitting there extra neglected. Dry hair often tends to turn out to be damaged hair. It's more prone to breakage and becoming brittle. And breaking because it's brittle. Keeping hair, in a style for excessive amounts of time, not moisturizing it during that time, I'm just not sure how that's supposed to be protective. Now, some people's hair could just take a beating. No matter what you do, it's because people be like, it works fine for me. Well, you are an outlier. Everyone's hair cannot take that level of abuse. It is abuse. I'm trying to tell you, so sorry. Where you are just not caring for it at all for extended periods of time, not adding any moisture, leaving your hair up for months and months and months and just like ignoring it, disregarding it. I'm just help me, friends, understand how exactly is that protective. And so like there you can do protective styling. I do believe it exists. I'm not saying that I don't think it exists. Now y'all know I like wash and goes because they're quick and easy, and I like to wear my hair out. Everybody doesn't want to wear their hair out, and that do what you want with your hair, friends. But I like wearing my hair out. I don't grow hair just to have it hidden away. That's just me. But I've seen some very, very pretty protective styles. And I've seen some people give excellent tips on how to do it in a way that it's actually protective to your hair. And one of the most important is moisture. But how funny. That's one of the most important no matter what you do with your hair. I gotta really add some water here because this front hair, it just I just still don't know if it's still recovering from damage or what. I just can't tell, but it's definitely high porosity. Anywho, moisturizing your hair properly before you put it in a protective style and moisturizing it while you still have it in the protective style. That could just be as simple as spritzing some water on it throughout the week or like a liquid leave-in or something like that. But something to add moisture to your hair while it's in a protective style. And then not leaving it in for excessive amounts of time. Like a month is probably the longest you would want to go. That's just simply because you ideally don't want to go longer than a month without actually washing your hair. Because your scalp health is so important. And you definitely want to be cleansing it at least once a month. You know, y'all know I like once a week, but I know everybody ain't like me, and I ain't trying to force everybody to live in my box and do my thing. So I get it. But at least once a month, you definitely want to cleanse your scalp. It's screaming for attention. And that's where the hair grows from, you know? So we want to treat it well. Make sure it's cleansed and moisturized. You know what I'm saying? Some of us have been able to grow long hair without protective styles. It's a thing. I feel like it's preference, hence the woman that grows her hair out using wash and goes versus people who feel like protective styles work best for them. So anyway, this side's done. Now I'm going to finish this side off camera because I done sat here and did this and talked enough. And we gonna see what we end up with. Okay, so this is where I'm at. Let me give you the full 360 of the wet results. Here we go. So that's how much I used. Quite a bit left for another wash and go. And I don't know. We'll see if I feel like I should have used more, less, or what. I'm gonna sit up under the hooded dryer for about 30 minutes and then see how dry my hair is after that. Okay, I'm gonna be back. Okay, so here we are with the final results. Let me get you 360. Okay, in my past life, which really was just some months ago, I definitely would have stretched this with beads. The cast isn't the most fierce, but you know, it's definitely stronger than it usually is. But that's because there's like no leave-in or anything up under it. I've never really been one to do one product wash and goes, typically because I like to have like additional products to help weigh that hair down. It helped me with frizz, but it didn't turn out okay, especially when I just don't want to spend a whole lot of time. So yeah, here's what we have. It definitely gives me, I think, a fuller look when I have less product trying to weigh the hair down. So, you know, I'm not mad at that. Overall, I think it looks pretty good. Again, I don't know if it's worth taking the extra 5 million years to do really tiny sections, because it probably turns out to say more better when I just do the big section. I don't know why, but my hair just doesn't seem to respond well when I do smaller sections. Like you see me every time I try to take a little part and rake, it gets frizzy. It's weird. And I don't know if that's because I have high porosity hair. I don't know. But raking and pressing together seems to do the best. I don't know. for me. Anywho, that's all I got. So, you know what we gotta do. That's right. I'm feeling purpley today, don't ask me why. My one product that I use for styling today is my Slick Sorcery Stronghold Gel. This particular fragrance that I use is not on the site yet. However, I do offer this product in Tropical Fantasy, Apple Aroma, Lavender Peppermint, Spearmint Eucalyptus, Strawberry Patchouli, Lemon Pound Cake, and Unscented. I have it listed down below if you want to just check it out and see what it's about. I also offer a hair planner journal. It's just a nice spot where you can note your hair goals and also your hair products, your hair type, and all those things, what is working, what isn't working, what you would like to work, etc. So it's a great tool if you want to start a hair growth journey or a hair journey, whatever, or take the one you're on to the next level, or if you just like to experiment and want to note down your experiments. Either way, it's listed below if you want to check that out as well. So I think that's going to be all for this one, friends. If you hung around to the end, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And if you like what you saw or got anything out of it or were just entertained, please consider subscribing to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Also, give this video a like. Just help me out in the little algorithm. That's all. That's all. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and go enjoy the rest of my day. I hope you do the same, and I will see you in the next one, friends. Bye.